Okay. In order to access Galileo, there is a password that is required from all users. Now, if you are on the premises of the school campus, you can access Galileo without having any password. The password comes into effect when you're not at school. Here's a hyperlink to click on it right here. Boom, click on it. Just talk about a specific subtopic. I want to talk about fraud because it's IT related, quick and easy to talk about. Now there's a tutorial right here if you need to use it or if you need help with Galileo, if it seems too complicated for you. Down here below are just quadrants of different information categorized by grade level, just to kind of help you. Excuse me. Right here, I browse by subject, browse by type, browse by database, browse by journals. Now if you type in fraud, you can browse like this. There are almanacs, archives, biographies, dictionaries, newspapers, journals, such for there's lots of different information that can be found out about any type of topic that you need. So we don't have time to click on it and show all of them, but I just want to give an example. What I specifically really love about Galileo is that it really just makes it easy to find information. Look how easy this is. The accessibility, the user accessibility, I feel is very high. You can tell whoever created this, they put a lot of consideration into it for students. Below right here, it tells the type of information that you're looking at right here. Now, if it's a PDF or HTML, it's right here. So if you necessarily click on the link, this just gives like a little brief analysis on what it's about. This is not necessarily the whole passage. Generally, once you click on it, if it's more information, it'll be right here. Now to your right is the toolbar. In the toolbar, there's the Google Drive, the folder, print. These are all the different options you have, you're able to use for the information. What I think is really cool, when you click the cite button, everything's already cited for you, so you don't have to take the time to cite. You can just simply click and copy and paste it to how you need to copy to cite your information and make sure it's not make sure it's copyrighted friendly. Other cool things about how you're able to find information on here that I really enjoy is right here. Another cool feature. You can find news, academic journals, magazines, ebooks, regular books, reports, audio, biography, videos, and all that from right here. So this is basically just almost as if these are main subjects, and then all these are basically just the subtopics that you can get from that by clicking the specific quadrants. Um, I really like how they have a live chat. Maybe if he or she needs that, if they need or have any questions. Um, I just think overall the user friendliness about Galileo is pretty cool. I like it over maybe a Google or something because you're just able to get specific information. Fraud is a very broad category. If you wanted to type it into maybe identity theft or maybe credit card fraud or blue collar crimes or whatever, because fraud is basically a subtopic of blue collar crimes. You could do that. But below here are just specific topics. So if you wanted to look at fraud in chemistry, fraud in film, fraud in music. But since we're IT, I'll just click fraud on information technology here, click it, search. And also up here, these are just other different realms of how you can less broaden your information and specify it more. So it's very user friendly. So if you need specific information or something, it can be found. So I just really think that's really cool and how it allows you to do that. Now we have all articles that are now IT friendly. Articles, videos, pictures, everything is now IT friendly. Another thing that you're able to do, so you click on it, it gives you more specific control on just small things and what you may be looking for. But overall, I just like the total control aspect that it gives the user. So there's really no excuse on having to waste time going through different pointless sources trying to find information. So overall, if you were to use Galileo, you really could use Galileo as just one whole source of information because there's so much things on here with PDFs and dictionary and thesauruses and journals and magazines and news articles from all these different professionals. Galileo could really just be something you could use and get all your information needed because everything is basically on here and it's already broken down for you, and it doesn't take long to find. So overall, I really like it. I think Galileo is awesome. I think it's not utilized enough. See, here's another advanced search on how you can find it. So it's all different types of ways to utilize Galileo, and I just think it's awesome. I think and wish it was in effect when I first started here. We actually, I think, maybe only been using Galileo for 2 years. So overall, I just think it's a great source of finding information. I just think it's awesome, and I wish it was promoted more, maybe with the school. But me personally, I utilize it, and it's made my life easy when doing projects and having to do various different scenarios with school. So thank you. I really enjoy Galileo, and I really owe the owner great sincerity for doing this. Made my college experience a lot easier.